Do you have any advice for parents of high schoolers, or for even high school students themselves, who are interested in this topic, or even kind of anything semi-related, like starting a business or doing creative work or something like that, when they're still in that homeschool phase?
Yeah. I mean, it is so much more accessible today than it was when I was learning. YouTube wasn't a thing when I was first learning the programs I am. So if you have, a child who's interested in getting into design and motion, you can get a 7-day, I think, 7-day free trial of the entire Adobe suite of applications. You can get
Yeah.
free alternatives to Photoshop or Illustrator. So those resources are there. And if you really want to, explore that further with your kids, I would strongly encourage you looking at a platform like Skillshare, which is a place
Hmm.
that I host most of my classes, where you can pay a yearly subscription and get access to the entire library of tens of thousands of courses, but in a huge range of topics. Motion design is just one little topic where when I started, there weren't many other teachers teaching it, but now it's
Yeah.
it's a pretty big category on the platform. But it's so valuable to be able to see or get education from these people who have experience and expertise in that particular area, and be able to just jump from one thing to another creatively.
How about like kids who are wanting to develop whatever their skill is, whatever their interest is, wanting to develop an online presence, whether it might be a course or something like a YouTube channel. Like, I don't know. It sounds like you have a high above average growth rate for the content that's out there. But like, any tips for that? Like the shorthand version is, how do you, for the teen watching who's like, how do I blow up my YouTube channel and be offer people value? How do I do
Right.
that?
Yeah. Yeah, I could probably teach a course on how to teach a course.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
thinking. Yeah.
that's one. If you want to get into the education space, that's one thing. If you want to be a YouTuber who is live streaming playing games, like
Hmm.
that's totally a viable thing you can do. I think my biggest advice is just to research other YouTubers who are becoming successful in that area
Yeah.
and see what they're doing, dissect it, see how you can follow in their footsteps. It doesn't have to look like my setup here. This has been a work in progress that I've been working on for a long time, getting the lights and the camera and the microphone, everything that I want the
It
way
looks
it is.
awesome, by
But
the way.
thank you very much. But you don't have to start that way. I mean, you have probably a 4K camera in your pocket. When I was working, when I was learning, I was working off VHS tapes, and
Hmm.
we had to, like, it wasn't an easy process to get that
Yeah.
video onto the
Yeah.
computer. Like, you can do that with your phone now or your iPad. So don't let technical things limit you. I mean, YouTube is like I'm going to sound so old for just continuing to say I didn't have YouTube when I was growing up,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it is such a wealth of knowledge. It's constantly being
Yeah.
updated with new techniques. So you just have such a massive resource in front of you. Just research it, find out what other people have done and what they advise on becoming successful in whatever niche you want to specialize in.